All right, here we go. Let's knock it out.
Yeah.
All right. We just took it out to the car. It sounds really good. Few things. Nothing too dramatic. Let's make sure we got sound. Command Shift U, Command Shift B, remove unused. The kick felt like right out of it, I liked it. It felt very kind of processed, sampley, scoopied. Yeah, it's got a little bit of. It's the samples, you know. It's got a lot of sample on it. Let's just try this. It's funny, it sounds, you know, in the car it sounds more hi-fi. Yeah, it's that trigger. Okay. Yeah. Let's try this. That trigger's powerful. Yeah. We're at 128. We were just doing that guitar video. Yeah, that trigger is like, whoa. So a little bit more body on the snare. Not a lot though. I kind of like it. It's a little bangy, but I don't know. Remember what we were referencing when we made this was Control by Puddle of Mud. And it's a little bangy like this. It's not, it doesn't sound like Nickel, but it's not all like, you know, like modern rock tight. Like it's just a little bit more loose. Chasing the old mix was more dominant Marshall, like but and I like it, and so I kind of, you know, when because I've got a set of like Marshall Soldano Orange here, and then this is basically just 2 tracks of Ubershaw, 3 mics each, a little crazy, but we're not going there. But you know, the Uber's more and the thing that I'm like, when I took it out to the car, like I like the because it feels more like Bark at the Moon or like Dockin or something. But I don't know, like it's like with my voice, I wanted it to be more so, which means that the movement of those chords is not going to be as dominant. It's not going to sound like, you know, like the rhythms on like Yngwie songs or something where you really hear all that articulation. It's going to be more like not metal, but like, you know, more like when you hear like, I don't want to say Korn, but you know, like it's not, it's not this. This is the Uber here. better. So when I go out of I mode here, you're hearing the bounce. You're hearing the mix that we just heard in the truck. You hear it? The song goes like this, which the original mix was here. The original mix was even higher. It was more I think with this is that the other mix was a more crunched, like it didn't, like this has more like this overall top. So when I put more of the in there, it was like too much. So I rifled down a little bit of top end, but not a lot, because it sounds, I mean, the other mix was from 15 years ago, and we were on like, we were using, old DigiDesign converters, and most of this was probably all just mixed with plugins like Bomb Factory, and now we're like into another thing with UA and Plugin Alliance and Fab Filters, so it just sounds more like, and we're at 64. I mean, we're just a new thing. So anyway. It's like my instincts want more of the Uber and less of the Marshall, but I don't think I think it may not speak as much. You know what I mean? Like I want it to feel more like ugh.
Yeah.
Original. I just got to abandon the old mix. Like it's like we have to be on. We have to stand on our own 2 feet. Yeah. You know how many amps I used to own? Let's take a walk down memory lane. That's the Ecstasy that I bought from Greg Wells, the producer. He used to have an Ecstasy. I hated that amp. Hated that amp. Hate. There's like 400 switches on it. Like, dude, I grew up playing like a JCM 800.
Yeah.
A JMP. Like, it had like speaker excursion, pre-power, pre-post, EQ pre, this post that, loop this, loop back. We're like, what? Hated that amp. Hated that amp. All right. Did I make my point? Orange. There's the old rocker verb. That was probably the 50.
Got another.
No, that may have been the 100. I don't know. It was the rocker verb. Got another one.
Made a comeback.
Soldano. That was the Avenger. That was like their Guitar Center cheapy. No, not Iron Man. It was their in Ragnarok. What's your name? We're the Revengers. Because we're getting revenge. Soldano, this was their Avenger amp, and I liked that amp. It was a pretty cool amp. It was just like a little high gain. It was like their little cheap SLO. It didn't sound as fierce as the SLO, but it recorded really nice. And then I used to have 2 JCM 2000s. That's what I toured with. And you know what? Of all these tracks, it's my favorite. It's my favorite track. So here is. So here's the Ecstasy. Here's the Orange. Khaki. Here's the Soldano. wispy. Here's the 2000. It's kind of in the middle. It's a little wispy.
2000's also turned up the most of all.
Yeah. Ecstasy. I don't mind it now. I didn't like it. And this Soldano, I don't know. I think that on the Soldano we had done like a second mic or a room mic. I think it's the same thing, the Avenger or Avenger. Yeah, that's like more on the cone. Here's the other Soldano. Yeah, together. Yeah. Yeah, so we had two. But anyway, then it's all together. Oh, man, that's just harsh. Hold on. Ugh. I am so ready to not mix old music of mine. Here's without the Marshalls on there. Maybe just too much of that orange. I try. Oranges are funky, man. You got to be careful. They get bright quick. I wonder if it could just be a combination of everything. Here's that bright Soldano track. Yeah, that's nasty. Let's tuck this in. That's that second mic on the Soldano. And that's like, that is a Focusrite Octopre. Whoa. I mean, I may have even been multing that or using I had a Mackie mixer. I mean, this is OG. We were just learning. I'm liking that a little better. Let's listen to this, the original. Kick got a little intense there in general because the when the band kicked out, the compressor just was bringing up the kick. So let's come here to the overall drums, and we'll do just a little bit down for the overall bridge. Probably automate it up in the build up. Heavy guitar, the single notes. World in 30 days. Rock and roll, man. I think I'm going to just nudge the vocal a little bit there. I don't know, though. I kind of like it. Like the guitar is really... It's kind of like Paradise City, I guess. It's got a big... But Dan played really nice over it. Like he phrased around the vocal. Mm-hmm. So it's not like all clouding. Rock and roll. All right. Oh my God. Where'd music like this go, you know? This kind of, I don't know if it exists. I mean, there's nobody really doing this kind of thing. We'll see. Who cares? We're doing it. All right, so drums a little bit down. I also took the guitar down a little bit in the bridge. The little walk, the little. Turn the vocals up a touch overall. Smeared the kick a little bit. The kick was too sounded. It's too much definition. It was just. I think I took and kind of did a little of this. Just get a little of that. I almost would want maybe put some kind of like a distortion. I mean, I've got the grit track here. Yeah, I think that's going to be good, though. That's enough. Bring that trigger down, because the trigger's like, I didn't even really process it. I just processed them all together on the bus. But trigger is a little intense. You put just a touch of reverb on there. So there's a little bit of reverb, because these dry kicks, they don't sound natural, man. If you sit in a room and you hear a drummer play, the kick is not like perfectly scooped out. It sounds more like it's in the room. So. Funny thing about mixing is that once you start to identify something, you start to work on it. Then when you listen to it, then you hear it completely out of context with everything else, because now all I'm hearing is kick. The whole song now is doom, a doom, 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 doom. That's like the whole song now. There's nothing else going on, just doom, doom. That's why Chris Lord-Alge said, I like to do 75 to 80% of my mixing on the first pass. He says if I'm an hour into it and I don't have it getting together, it's probably not going to happen. Because once I've heard the thing for an hour, it's kind of the party's over. Drown that more effects on that verse. I just kind of I don't know. I don't want it to be too dry. As the sun rises, hope is running low. I can
inside by the morning light, nowhere to hide.
That's grooving, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You really feel the drums pumping with that. I think the hi-hat's at a nice level. You know, the hi-hat's really, it's like a very kind of a Zeppelin, Alex Van Halen, like, I don't know, that's like, to me, I hear, that's like the heartbeat of the song.
Yeah.
You know?
The world in 30 days. I see the door closing, but I run inside.
And then my voice has to be right in that spot, like just sitting above it in a sense of being the singer, but like letting that hi-hat, letting that drum groove, because you can hear that little modulation when it kicks in. Like he just brings back that hi-hat just a little bit, because he starts with the hi-hat and then it just, the way it just parks in.
The world in 30 days. I see the door closing, but
Like he just tightens it just a little more on the foot, like just brings it in, because what he's doing is he's saying, here's the singer. You know, he's leaving this little room, but it's so, like the way he played it. This was some kid that we played with. Well, he wasn't a kid, he was a grown man, but I don't even know where we met. I don't know. I think he took voice lesson from me, and then I found he was a drummer. He was very into John Bonham. His name was Eric, and he used to teach drums at some music store. But he was really a rock guy. He wasn't like some guy that dabbled in fusion or did this or funk stuff or jazz stuff. Like when he played drums, it was like boom, like Caveman, like Tommy Lee. You know, just like, this is what I do. I love that. I love that. There's something to be said about that. You know, sometimes guys that are too versatile, they just suck at rock. You know, they just suck at rock. They don't get it.
I know.
They don't get it. You know what I mean? Because they just don't get it. You know, you know, it's like it's just too much information. Like just
I feel like there are people who are rockers, and then there are people who can play rock.
Right. Well, anybody that like
thing.
you know goes to MI and studies and can play, you know, read and do and play in, you know, 9/12 or whatever, and fusion, and talks about, you know, that stuff. Sometimes they look at rock like, oh yeah, you know, that's easy, right? And then they go and do it, and you're like, well, that's like producers saying, oh, pop music is easy. You know, oh, Katy Perry, that's just a bunch of programming. It's like, really?
Technically, looking at it from a technical perspective, rock is very simple, but enabled to get, in order to get that like ferocity and the style and stuff, that's where the trick is.
But it's subtle. I mean, there's a lot of subtle techniques just in this song. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, from like a very, like, from a big picture perspective, it's simple in comparison to some other music. Like, I mean, it's mostly 4 chords and...
The truth.
Yeah.
That's what they say in Nashville.
Yeah.
4 chords and the truth.
But there's a lot of...
Yeah. I don't know, man. Not a lot of people are good at it.
Yeah.
A lot of people attempt it. You know, it's like people that say, oh, AC/DC, that's easy. Really? Yeah. Okay. You know, you write a string of 500 hit songs over 30 decades or 3 decades. You know, it's like whatever, man.
I see the door closing, but I run.
I want to automate this. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I just want it to. I almost feel like just hitting it more with the limiter and just like, this is it. This is where I'm singing.
I see the door closing, but I run inside by the morning light, nowhere to hide. She said you ruined my life. You used to should get
off that chorus a little subtler, but I don't know, man. I just like it. It's raw. See, my voice is. I remember I dug into that. It's kind of cool in its own way. I don't know, maybe. Oh, it's something to be said about it. I like it though. Here we go. Funny now that I've like put it more in the pocket, it's not as over the top. I don't know. I like it both ways. We'll split the difference. Ah! I'm blowing it up. I'm blowing it up. I do the same thing here. I don't know. Like it feels like I'm moving into the mic. Different, like he's got this like, this is where to me he's got that like Alex Van Halen thing where it's like when you hear Alex, he's like, it feels like this, right? Because Alex grew up playing with Eddie, and Eddie was like, oh! So Alex was like, okay, you know, right? They're one, right? They play together, but this is where it switches from the vibey Zeppelin-y thing to like to me like that Alex Van Halen. I'm boosting a little bit of everything at the end there.
Around the world in 30 days. Around the
world. On that Warren Hewitt video that I always talk about, where it's like a 6-hour video. You think my videos are long? They're long. But he's talking about, as he's getting the song put together at the end, it's that kind of thing where the singer and the drummer's bashing and the singer's doing it. And then there's like some kind of funky, weird, and a dweedly guitar thing. And he stopped it and he said something to the effect of, it's a beautiful something about, it's like, it's a clash of everything. Everybody fighting to be heard. He says it's so rock and roll or something like that. And I'm like, that's what this is. Yeah. Everybody's like, I'm the boss, no, I'm the boss, no, I'm the boss, no, I'm the... Because you got everybody just like full out.
Yeah.
You're like the end of Paradise City. like just every, just all guns blazing, and just like, oh yeah, and that's what you want. You want it to have a little bit of like tension and clash, and like it's sitting on that suspension and or the tension cord. I ain't even automating out that delays. All right, so that's it. I gotta teach. Oh, Austin, hold on. Hola, vato. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, I'm here. No worries. Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe he's gonna want to play one before he goes crazy and buys one. So we'll just. No. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Let me do this. I'm in the middle of it. Can I hit you back? All right, man. Bye. They don't have a Herbert.
No.
Yeah. That really could have been a party today.
Honestly, probably a good thing.
Yeah. For your mental stability and bank account.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do this. Let's Command Shift U, Command Shift B, remove unused, save. Let's bounce this out. And there's no automation. I may just leave it like this. I don't know. I may not do anything else. Take it in the car, listen to it. If it's fine, it's done. Like I was telling you, I've been messing with this song forever, and a lot of people like the song, so it's always like people are always talking or bringing it in. They're like, "Hey, look at I did this," or I'm this. So, I've had about enough around the world in 30 days for one lifetime. Plus, this is a true story. This is a true story. This is 4 chords and the truth. Is it? Yeah, it's actually 4 chords and the truth. It's basically a country song disguised as a rock song. Yeah, man. Been to the edge. There I stood and looked down. Lost a lot of friends there, baby. Got no time to mess around. I'm better now. Yep. It's like the party's fun until it just becomes problems. And then your problems have problems. And then you have problems in places you didn't used to have places. And then you end up in jail with a black eye and everyone hates you. How'd that happen? I'm a nice guy. How can anybody hate me? They did. That's all right. But that's what this is about. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the bounce of Around the World in 30 Days.
Yep.
As the sun rises
Ubershalls?
25 used. I mean, they're not new. They don't make them anymore. All right. Yeah, I don't think they make them. Oh well, yeah, they're called twin jet. They don't sound the same. Yeah, they've lowered the plate voltage. The original Uberschall and the Rev 2 had a higher plate voltage, had a different sound. Like when they went to Revision Blue, it got more mid-rangey or more happy or something, more open. I don't know. I like to kind of musty, like other things. All right, so he's going to get some Diet Dr. Pepper, and I have to teach right now. So I'm going to bounce this out, and we're going to... Oh, we got to... Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you stop that?
Yeah.
You know what? Stop that and just send it to me.
And what time is Abel out?
At 3.
3? Okay,
Yep.
so it's an hour.
Yeah.
So, GB what?
Just call around 2, around mix 2, something. All right. So there we go. You take it out of I mode. You get the limiter on it. It's a little ghetto mastering. And we'll call this Around the World. Let's call it the whole thing. Around the World in 30 days. Mix 1.3. And that's it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, so like and
subscribe.
Yeah, and mix this tune, man. This is challenging, I think. I mean, it was for me, so maybe you'll learn something or whatever. Shoot me the mix. You can always call me if you get stuck on something, because we like that, yo.